मीरा को बुला रही है। मीरा से बात कर लो, उसके बाद प्रेयर शुरू करेंगे, नहीं तो प्रेयर में
मीरा।
ये नारायण
मीरा।
तो म्यूट कर रही हूँ। मैंने म्यूट कर दी बिकॉज मीरा मीरा इज गेटिंग रिकॉर्डेड है। अभी शुरू करने के लिए तैयार है तो अनम्यूट करना। इफ यू स्टिल टॉकिंग टू मीरा इट इज ओके, लेट इट बी म्यूटेड। मीरा सिलसिला हो गया तो अनम्यूट कर दो। यस, थैंक यू। ओके, लेट्स स्टार्ट विद द प्रेयर। श्रुति स्मृति पुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शंकरं
शंकरं
लोकशंकरं।
लोकशंकरं।
शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं
बादरायणं
सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः
भगवन्तं
पुनः।
पुनः।
सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे
वन्दे
गुरुपरम्पराम्।
गुरुपरम्पराम्।
सदाशिवसमारम्भां ये तो हो गया। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय मूर्तये नमः। ओम दयानंदेश्वराय नमः। अभी एक मिनट, इसको आप, क्योंकि आप लोग से काफी दूर है इसलिए मुझे इसको बड़ा करने दो। दिख रही है आपको?
हाँ जी।
श्री हरिम
नहीं, अभी
परम।
अभी
नहीं,
और बड़ा करिए।
कुछ नहीं
हाँ,
दिख रहा।
ये
हाँ,
उप्स,
यहाँ पर दिख क्या रहा है?
एक मिनट
ये
एक मिनट, मुझे इधर जाना पड़ेगा। हाँ, उप्स। ओके ओके, दिख रहा है अभी? दिस इज वेरी अनकंफर्टेबल आप लोग को ऐसे करना, क्योंकि आई कांट सी
अब
यू, सो आई माइट एज वेल बी टॉकिंग टू द वॉल।
अब दिख रही है, दिख रहे हैं।
हाँ, मैं आप लोग को बहुत कम दिखाई दे रही। पहले तो आपके रूम में लाइट इतना कम है, आप दोनों काले कलूटे बन के बैठे हैं।
खैर हो गए।
दूसरी बात है, बहुत कम आपका दिख रहा है कि आप लोग के फेस,
ये लाइट जगा लो।
हाँ, तो
नोज,
वही जगह है ना, इसलिए तो
फ्रॉम
मीरा को बुला रही थी।
लिप एंड नोज दिख रही है तो ऐसे टीचर को मजा नहीं आती है आप लोग
आई
को।
नो, आई नो। तभी मैं कह रही थी कि पेड़ पे नहीं, टेबल पे टेबल पे चले जाते हैं।
पर अभी आप इतने कोजी है, आपके रजाई में है। एक्चुअली गंगोर वेदांत रजाई में करने से नींद आती है।
आई
जब
नो।
नींद आएगी यू विल बी वेरी टेम्पटेड टू स्लीप भाई।
नहीं नहीं,
शुरू करें?
वन सेकंड, लाइट जला रहे हैं।
हाँ, दैट्स अ गुड आइडिया। लाइट जलाया, दैट इज गुड। पर फिर भी
हाँ,
आपका फेस तो हाफ ही तो है ना।
अभी भी हाफ है।
हाँ, आपको नहीं दिख रहा है कि आपकी फेस हाफ है? हाफ है,
मेरा तो मुझे अपना फेस दिख ही नहीं रहा एक्चुअली।
वही मैं बोल रही हूँ। नहीं दिख रहा है तो फिर मुझे तो आप लोग का क्लोथ्स दिख रहे हैं, आपके फेस नहीं दिख रहे हैं।
हाँ हाँ, वो दिन।
हाँ
एक सेकंड।
हाँ, that becomes a lot better, but what you need is a tripod. जब मैं मेरी योगा क्लास करती हूँ ना, तो वो लड़का ने बोला व्हाट यू नीड इज अ ट्राइपॉड, तो फिर ट्राइपॉड पे, हाँ अभी ठीक हुआ। हे भगवान, नमस्कारम। आप दोनों को नमस्ते। अभी अच्छा लग रहा है, आप
प्रणाम।
दोनों अच्छे लग रहे हैं। ज्यादा मूव मत करो, वो गिर जाएगा जो भी है। हाँ बढ़िया, ठीक है। ओके, लेट अस गो फॉर श्री, oops सॉरी, श्री हरिम परमानंदम,
श्री हरि परमानंदम।
श्री हरिम, ओके,
श्री
उपदेश,
हरि
हाँ उपदेष्टारमीश्वरम,
उपदेष्टारमीश्वरम्।
व्यापकं सर्वलोकानां,
व्यापकं सर्वलोकानां।
कारणं तं नमाम्यहम्।
कारणं तं नमाम्यहम्।
ओके, ओके, इधर ये फिर से रीएडजस्ट कर। अभी हम लोग चैप्टर वर्स नंबर 14 हम लोग ने किया ना लास्ट टाइम। अज्ञान प्रभवम सर्वम,
अज्ञान प्रभवं सर्वम्।
ज्ञानेन प्रविलीयते,
ज्ञानेन प्रविलीयते।
संकल्पो विविधः कर्ता,
संकल्पो विविधः कर्ता।
विचारसोऽयमीदृशः।
विचारसोऽयमीदृशः।
एतद्योरुदु एतद्योर्यदुपादानम्,
एतयो यदुपादानम्।
एकं सूक्ष्मं सदव्ययम्,
एकं सूक्ष्मं सदव्ययम्।
यथैव मृद्घटादीनां
यथैव मृद्घटादीनाम्।
विचारसोऽयमीदृशः।
विचारसोऽयमीदृशः।
यस, ठीक है। तो वो लास्ट वर्स हमें ये कर दिया कि जो व्हाट इज द कॉज, ओके, उसने कॉज को देखा कि क्या है कॉज उधर, इग्नोरेंस, द डिजायर्स कॉज्ड बाय इग्नोरेंस आर द क्रिएटर. So universe is born of ignorance and it disappears by knowledge, and manifold desires caused by ignorance are the creator. इस तरह से इंक्वायरी करो, ठीक है। So everything without exception is born out of ignorance. Okay. And Swami Paramathananji pointed out to us that at samashti level, ignorance is called Maya, which is the basic material that becomes the universe. And Maya by itself is Jada. It cannot create the universe. Therefore, it needs presence of conscious being. And that presence, that conscious being is Ishvara, is consciousness, basically is Ishvara. Okay. Okay. So then that whole cycle is described. Avidya, kama, karma. Ignorance leads to desire and action. Okay. And then, so this chakra will go on. Avidya, kama, karma will go on. Because any amount of action you do, it does not remove the avidya. So then, because of avidya, there is kama. Because of kama, there is karma. And then karma is there, it will give karma phala. But the karma phala does not remove the avidya. And therefore, avidya, kama, karma, this circle will go on and on. When will it go? In the wake of knowledge. Okay? In the wake of knowledge, all this avidya, kama, karma ka jo circle hai, praviliyate, and so world disappears here means world is understood to be mithya. It is understood to be not independent, not as an independent reality. Iti. Then Swamiji points out that creation is like a dream. Mm. This creation is like a dream, iti. Okay. So dream में क्या होता है? We are creating a world in the dream, but then when we wake up, the dream world is gone. right? In the same way, over here, when we get knowledge, the world that we are experience goes in our अंडरस्टैंडिंग. देखो अंकुल को ऑलरेडी नींद आ रही है और आप लोग रजाई के अंदर बैठे हैं ना. देन ड्रीम हैज गॉट टू कॉजेस.
तो
ओके,
खाना भी खाए ना अभी.
हाँ उसके बाद आती है. तो हम लोग को ये टाइमिंग चेंज करना चाहिए, सुबह करना चाहिए. सुबह में भी यू वुड हैव फिनिश्ड योर ब्रेकफास्ट. समझो हम लोग ने 12 बजे किया.
इट्स ओके.
नो, 12 बजे इज अ गुड टाइम. 12 o'clock इज अ
यस
गुड.
बट
Not a
यस
very
यस.
good time for me, but good time otherwise.
हाँ हाँ.
This time is all right.
Eh? Okay. So now let's look at Vedanta method is scripture based on page 156. Okay. So Swamiji said the questions to be asked are Koham, Kathamidam Jagat, Ko Vai Kartasya Vidyate. These are the three type of questions. And the next question is Upadanam Kimasti. What is the Upadanam material cause? This is answered in the next verse. So that we saw etadyor yabdupadanam ekam sukshmam sadavyayam yad upadanam. Okay. Yatheva mridkatadina vichara soyam etrisha. Etayoho. Of these two, yad, that which is upadanam, okay, material cause, that is ekam, one, sukshmam. Suddenly they are jumping, okay? Sad, existence. Avyayam, imperishable. Yatha, just as. Eva, indeed. Mridghatadinam, of clay pot. Vichara saha, this inquiry should be done in this manner. Idrshaha. That which is the material cause of these two. Which two? Ignorance and desire. What is the material cause of that? It is one subtle, unchanging existence suddenly jumped, to Brahman. Just as clay is the cause of pot, etc. This is the manner of inquiry. So now they are coming, what is the basis of this ignorance? We saw that Ajnana or ignorance can be called as the material cause of the universe. But here the author is exploring further and asking, what is the basis of this ignorance? Very interesting. Swamiji here is saying Upadana Karanam, ignorance, whereas Swami P, if I may remember right, he calls it as Nimitta Karanam, was Ishvara, Maya, iti, with Ishvara. Okay. We saw that Ajnana or ignorance can be called the Upadana Karanam, material cause of the universe. But here the author is exploring further and asking, what is the basis of this ignorance? Ignorance का कारण क्या है? हम बोलेंगे ignorance का कारण ignorance है. तो बोल रहे नहीं, एतयोहो, these two, referring to ignorance, Ajnana and Sankalpa, these two create the universe. So what are these born of? What is the basis of ignorance and what is the basis of thought? And the answer is the material cause of these two is Sat, Brahman, the ultimate material cause. Eka means non-dual. What you find in the universe is Aneka, variety and diversity. But the cause of all this diversity is one non-dual existence. Sukshma means imperceptible. ये सबको स्वामी जी अभी unfold करेगा. The universe is stula, perceptible. But the ultimate cause of this perceptible universe is imperceptible. And finally, it is avyaya, imperishable. The universe is vyaya, constantly changing and thus perishable. Every name and form is created, sustained, and destroyed, but the cause is unchanging. You have to say the ultimate cause. Inferring the cause inferring the cause from the effect. This is very interesting. One interesting thing here is that the nature of the cause is quite contrary to that of the effect. Uncle, you take over.
One interesting thing here
Hmm.
is that the nature of the cause is quite contrary to the effect.
Hmm.
For example, the cause of the tree is a seed.
Hmm.
If you split this seed and look at it through a microscope, you will see perhaps all the elements of the tree in the seed, because the effect can come out only when the potential is there in the cause. Similarly, from clay, you can make a pot, but not chutney. You can't make chutney because the potential of chutney is not there in the clay. Similarly, when you sow mango seed, only a mango tree will come, not a lemon tree.
Hmm.
Therefore, our usual experience is that the cause is compatible with the effect. That is why we can infer the nature of the cause of the effect.
Hmm.
For example, the ornament is golden, so the cause must be gold.
Hmm.
This is what the Sankhya philosophers say. They declare that if you look at the universe, you will find it a play of three gunas: sattva, rajas, and tamas. Sattva is a tranquility and prayer, rajas is activity or agitation, and tamas is dullness, darkness, inertness. The universe is a combination of inert mountains, active wind and water, and tranquil nature.
Hmm.
Our mind is also sometimes sattvic, very tranquil, sometimes rasic, agitated, and sometimes tamasic, dull. They maintain that because the universe displays the three gunas, the cause must also have three gunas.
Hmm.
The cause is always inferred.
Hmm.
What you perceive or experience is always an effect,
Hmm.
and from that you infer the nature of the cause. This is why the Vaisheshkas say that the cause of the universe is five elements or five atoms. It is because you see this universe as the display of five elements. Likewise, the Sankhyas look upon the gunas or pradhana as the material cause, because we see the universe as display of these three gunas.
Yeah, but unlike the universe, the cause of the universe, in the universe, we see that we can infer the cause from the effect. But what is the cause of the universe? That can never be inferred. This is a very interesting section. And so that will be taken by Anita.
The cause of universe cannot be inferred.
Hmm.
Vedanta says the ultimate material cause is Sat Chit Ananda, which is Eka Suksham Sat Avaya.
Hmm.
Ekam Sat means Sat is one.
Hmm.
Sat means existence, which is Ad-
Advita.
Advita.
Advitya, one without a second. Sat is also Chit, consciousness, which is also Ananda, fullness. Thus it is called Sat Chit Ananda, and it is Suksham, imperishable.
Yeah, you can also say subtle,
Imperceptible, imperceptible.
imperceptible, and subtle.
Yes, imperceptible.
Hmm.
We cannot perceive this Satchit Ananda, which is the Jagat Karna, cause of the universe, because it is the nature of the very perceiver.
Ah,
It is
stop, stop, stop.
okay
This is the most important part. You cannot perceive the Satchidananda, which
because
and Satchidananda is Jagat Karanam, the cause of the universe, and it is the very nature of the perceiver. It is the nature of the perceiver. Who is the perceiver? You and me, the conscious being. Okay? So it is not out there somewhere. Now read. That means the cause is
it
not
is
out there.
not it is not out there somewhere. The universe is out there, but the cause is right here.
Ah,
That is why nobody can ever find this.
Hmm.
Nobody can ever suspect that the universe, which is material, gross, and perceptible, has a cause that is subtle and imperceptible.
Hmm.
Yathaiva,
Yathaiva mriga ghatadinam.
yathaiva mriga gatadinam.
Hmm.
Just as, just as
Mrid.
Mrit,
mrid
clay.
clay is the material cause of the ghata, pot, etc. Similarly, this ekam, suksham, sadavyam is the
Hmm.
material cause of the
Cause of the
universe.
universe. Hmm.
Now, an objection may come.
Hmm.
If it is the material cause, there must be some material or substance. If it is material, it might be tangible and we should be able to handle it. But
Hmm.
but
Sukshmam.
Sukshmam,
ekam sukshamam sad avyam is intangible and
Hmm.
insubstantial.
Insubstantial. Insubstantial meaning not a substance. Huh?
Uh-huh. How can something that is intangible and
Hmm.
insubstantial become the cause of something that is tangible and substantial?
Hmm.
The cause does not seem to have any attributes of the effect, and
Hmm.
indeed appears to have a nature that is totally contrary to the nature of the effect.
Hmm. So look at
This,
that. You know,
this
the
yeah.
effect is tangible and substantial. Ye to intangible, insubstantial. On top of it, the effect has got certain attributes and cause doesn't have those attributes. Eh? So it looks like it's totally contrary. ये जो cause है. Huh? Hmm. And that is the
This is
reason. Hmm.
this is why you can never infer the cause of the universe. It is impossible because the cause of the universe has no attributes or characteristics that are found in the universe. The
Hmm.
normal process of investigating a cause is to infer it from the effect. This
The,
is
nor-
why
hmm. the normal
this is
process of investigating a cause is to infer it from the effect.
a
Okay?
defect.
Huh.
Yes. This is why the Nyayikas, Vaisheshkas, and Sankhyas each infer in their own way.
Hmm.
Everybody infers, but this cause does not lend itself to inference.
Which means what? Only Shabda Pramana is there. You know? This is a how will we come to know of what the cause of the universe is? Only through Shabda Pramana, which is what Swami will bring up. This the only possible pramana for this is Shabda, scripture. Chandogya Upanishad says, Sadeva Saumya idamagra asit ekameva advitiyam. Before its creation, this universe of names and forms was Sat, existence. What exists before the creation is called the cause. You can say that before its creation, this pot was clay. So, clay is the material cause of the pot. Here, the Upanishad says that what existed before the universe came into being, before the universe came into being, was Sat Ekameva Advitiyam, existence which is one without a second. In other words, this one non dual Sat is the material cause of the universe. That is what the Upanishads, which are our pramanam, our means for knowledge, this is what the Upanishads say, and therefore we say it. The present text also says that the original material cause of ignorance and thoughts is Sat, which is Ekam, Advitiyam, Sukshmam, Avyayam. This statement is made based upon the Upanishads. In fact, all the statements here are made based upon the Upanishads. None are made from inference or anything else. Yatha eva saha vicharaha soyam idrishaha. This is the method of vichara, meaning that the scientific process of arriving at the cause through inference from the effect will not lead to the correct answer here. We have to resort to Shabda Pramana. Many years ago, somebody asked me, Swamiji, what is the model that Vedanta has for creation? I said the model is the rope snake model, how the snake is created from the rope. He was highly impressed and then asked Swamiji, what is the mathematical relationship between the snake and the rope? And he was a scientist and wanted to know how one infers this relationship between the snake and the rope, between the effect and the cause. The answer is there is no relationship. It is a quantum jump, huge jump, from snake to rope, from the effect to the cause. Quantum jump means that you have to negate the snake because the cause is of a higher degree of reality than the effect. You can use inference only when the cause is of the same degree of reality as the effect. For example, you see smoke in the distance and you will infer fire. But smoke and fire are the same degree of reality. Therefore, you can use inference. But here in this case, the effect is one degree of reality and the cause is a higher degree of reality, and therefore you cannot make an inference. So Swamiji says the same thing, that that doesn't work here because the cause is Satya and the effect is Mithya. You cannot infer Satya from Mithya. You cannot jump from unreal to real. You cannot put one foot on the unreal and climb on to the real. You have to give up the unreal where in your understanding. Same thing, So if you look at this, you have to negate first your own notion of who you are for you to arrive at yourself being the Sat, Ekam, Avyayam, Advayam. Iti. Without that negation taking place, you will not be able to arrive at that. So the snake must be given up in order to know the rope. Given up means what? In buddhi. Yeah. Here in this case, yeah, in this case also in the buddhi only it is given up. Then the person sees the rope. That is the way the vichara should be performed. So now the question is, if I am the witness, the consciousness distinct from and enlivening the body mind sense complex, and if the cause of the universe is this one unchanging consciousness, how do I relate to this cause of the universe? The next verse explains that. Okay, so he's saying if I am the witness, the consciousness which is separate from, independent from, distinct from this body mind complex, and if the cause of this universe is one unchanging consciousness, then what is the relationship between me, the consciousness witness, and the cause of the universe, which is also consciousness, iti? So the next verse explains that. Okay, we go to the next verse now.
Yes, please.
Ahamekopi sukshmascha
Ahamekopi sukshmascha
jnata sakshi sadavyayah
Gyata sakshi sadavyaya
tadaham natra sandehah
Tadam natra sandeha
vicharassoyamidrishah.
Vicharasoyamidrisha.
वर्षा मुझे पानी, ये बहुत गर्म है, ये पानी थोड़ा सा लाइट करके मुझे कप में देना है. So he says aham ekah api. Aham, I, ekah, one, api also, sukshmaha, subtle, cha, and jnata, knower, sakshi, witness, sad existence, avyayah imperishable, tad that aham I, na not, atra in this respect, sandeha doubt, let there be no doubt, vicharaha saha idrishaha. Let vichara inquiry, it this manner. Okay, I am also the subtle knower. I am also the one subtle knower, witness, which is indeed unchanging existence. I would put comma after all this. One comma, subtle comma, knower comma, witness, which is indeed unchanging existence. So there is no doubt in this respect that I am that Brahman. This is the manner of the inquiry. Iti, may my manner of inquiry be that I am also one, I am also subtle, I am also knower, I am witness. So I am also Brahman. Iti. Then Swamiji unfolds that. It's quite nice. There is only one subject. I am api ekaha, also one. The cause of the universe is described as ekaha, one, sukshmaha, subtle, sat, existence, avya, imperishable. And where is this cause found? It is found in I alone. Because aham ekaha api. I am also one. I am also sukshma. I am sat. I am avyaya. Puja Swamiji used to say, there is no one like you. You are the subject and everything else is an object. There are many objects, but only one subject, I. But there seem to be many I's. Of course, I say I am the subject, you say I am the subject. Are these two different entities? They can be two only if they have specific characteristics or attributes that separate one from another. For example, a pot is different from a clock because the pot possesses the attributes of potness and clock possesses the attributes of clockness. That is how we can distinguish the two. Anita possesses the attributes of Anita and Bhatia produces possesses the attributes of Bhatia. So we know that Anita is different from Bhatia. But
Marriage
that is
makes
how
them
we
no.
can distinguish the two.
Marriage makes them two. These two all one.
That's very nice. Eh? But in the case of light, okay, in the case of light, you cannot distinguish one light from another because light doesn't have any distinguishing features that can distinguish one light from another light. She's taken the example of light there. I always say, light and space, we should become, it is a very nice part of the light, a new aspect to the light example. Eh? Or take space. There is space in this pot and space in another pot. Can you distinguish one space from another? You cannot, because space doesn't have any distinguishing features. So how many spaces are there? Only one. Similarly, I has no attributes because all attributes are known to the I, who is the Sakshi, the witness. When we say I has no attributes, no, remember the crystal. Okay? That means immediately remember the crystal example. Okay, the crystal is always clear. Even if any attributes of the, if in the mind all kinds of stuff is there, in the body all kinds of stuff is there, that's just an upadhi for this I. It's like the crystal, absolutely clear, no attributes at all. So the attributes belong to what? If I doesn't have any attributes, then attributes belong to what? To the body, to the mind. Correct? इधर बात है कि I has no attributes, it's like the crystal. तो फिर attributes कहाँ हैं? Attribute body में है. Body is of a certain weight, age, gender, etc. Mind is of a certain sattvic, rajas, tamas, जो भी हो उसके अंदर. But the I which is witness to these attributes of the body and mind, that I itself is free of attributes. That's what's being told. Similarly, the I has no attributes because all attributes are known to the I. Who is the Sakshi, the witness? I objectify hot and cold, tall and short, whatever. All are objects of my knowledge. I am distinct from the Visheshanas, the attributes. So I am attribute free. You can say attribute less or attribute free. Okay. Who are you? Attribute free or attribute less. Who is anyone less? Anyone else? Who is there? Attribute less. How many attributeless things can there be? Because the attributes are what distinguishes one from another. The attributeless cannot be many. Therefore, there can be only one I. Now, supposing we were to do, three of us are sitting here in this class. Okay. So I negate. I say, okay, not the body, not the mind, not the world, not the body, not the mind, not the characteristics of the body, not the characteristics of the mind. And I arrive at attributeless I, because I doesn't have any of these attributes. Then Bhatia uncle does the same thing. He says, not the body, not the mind, not, जो भी उसको लग रहा था वो सब not कर दिया. What is left? Attributeless consciousness. फिर अनीता ने किया. Okay, not न इति करके कहाँ आए? वो भी आई at attributeless consciousness. तो कितने attributeless consciousness हो सकते हैं?
One.
इसमें attribute ही नहीं है. हाँ, it is only one. Okay. Therefore, there can be only one I. Now, uncle will read. Very interesting all this is.
The cause of the universe and I are the same. The cause of universe is Eka, and I am also Eka. It is Sukshma, imperceptible. Similarly, can you perceive the I? Can you perceive the perceiver? Can you climb on your own shoulders? Can you lift yourself by your own bootstraps? Say Yagyavalka also asks Vigyatram
Vignataram are kena vijaniyat. Meaning you're
Vijnanataram
aprameya. Kena vijaniyat.
Ken Vijnaniyat. Hey
Vijaniyat.
Maitreyi,
Vijaniyat.
hey Maitreyi, how can be the knower be known? For something to be known, it must be an object of knowledge, because the knower is different from the known. For me to know myself, the self that I know must simultaneously become an object of knowledge, and the self that knows must become the subject of knowledge. So I must simultaneously be the knower and the known. But the knower must be different from known. One entity cannot simultaneously be both karta and karma, subject and object. Therefore, I can never be objectified, perceptible. The same applies to the Jagat Karna. It is also Sukshma.
Yeah. That I can never be objectified. Another word is there for that. Aprameya. Okay? The I is aprameya. And because it's aprameya, it is Sukshma. It is not perceptible. Sukshma cannot be objectified. Jagat Karanam bhi aise hi hai. वो सूक्ष्म है इति. Next.
I am the Gyata, knower, Sakshi, witness, and therefore free from all attributes. I am Sat, that which ever exists, which can never not be. Is there any time when you can say, I am not? Does that I ever disappear?
Hmm.
No, the I is always there in the waking state, dream state, and the deep sleep state.
Hmm.
The true nature of the subject, I am, is existence.
Hmm.
The I is Sat, and the Jagat Karan is also Sat.
Yes. So, in every way, what is being pointed out is the characteristics are the same of Jagat Karanam and this I. When we look at the characteristics, if we can call it characteristics, we look at the nature of the Jagat Karanam and we look at the nature of I, we find that they are the same. And therefore, I must be Jagat Karanam. Iti.
The
Next,
Jagat
he is
Karana,
taking Avyaya.
the Jagat Karana is Avyaya,
Hmm.
imperishable. The I is imperishable because there is nothing that can destroy it. So I am also Avyaya.
Hmm.
Anything that has attributes can change and perish. Anything that has parts can disintegrate. But the I is partless, attributeless, and therefore changeless, imperishable.
Yes. So I can take the next part. See how intelligently it is put here. You arrive at Jagat Karanam, cause of the universe, as Eka, Sukshma, Sat, Avyaya, and then you find that the I is also Eka, Sukshma, Sat, Avyaya. The only difference is the change in grammatical gender. The word Karana is neuter and the word Aham is masculine. What this means is that in reality, there is no gender. Let's look at the verse. Ahamopi sadaveya tadaham natasamvicharas. Okay. Hmm. What this means is that in reality, there is no gender. In word Jagat Karanam, Karana is neuter and here Aham is masculine. अभी दोनों इक्वल होगा तो उसका मतलब क्या आएगा कि जेंडर ही नहीं है. If neuter is equal to masculine, gender is transcended. Tat aham na atra sandeha. Therefore, I am Tat, I am that Brahman, the Jagat Karana. There is no doubt at all about it. At least for Shankaracharya. So, if you have to look for the cause of the universe, where will you look? Brahman and Atma are in fact one alone. Hmm? This is, yeah, we can look at it in another way also, which we'll do later. Tat here refers to Tattvam Asi. The Mahavakya reveals the identity between Tat and Tvam. When the teacher says Tat Tvam Asi, you are that, the student understands Tvam, you, to refer to the student. So you is understood as I. In the words I am Brahman. Brahman is the cause of creation, being the maker as well as the material. The material is said to be the maker's sankalpa, thought, and the source of this thought is ajnana, ignorance. And the source of both ignorance and thought is the ultimate cause, which is the one subtle, imperishable subject. This imperceptible subject is Sat, existence. As Chandogya Upanishad says, Sadeva Saumya idamagra asit ekameva advitiyam. That Sat is alone called Tat. We will look at this in more great detail next time, because this last paragraph is a very deadly paragraph. तो इसको बहुत सूक्ष्म रूप से देखना पड़ेगा जो अभी मेरी बुद्धि इज नॉट अप टू इट. we'll have to again come back, और ये पूरे को फिर से देखना पड़ेगा. मटेरियल ये है, source of this thought is ajnana iti, and source of both ignorance and thought is the ultimate cause, which is what is being told here. And we will also see what Swami Paramathananji says and what Akhandananji says. He has his own, Akhandananji has his own very interesting ways of putting things. Yeah, this particular verse is very interesting, Akhandananji का. मैं इसको ऑडियो में डाल दूंगी. अभी तो 6 o'clock हो गई है, तो हम कंक्लूड करते हैं, ठीक है? कोई क्वेश्चन है?
समझ आएगा तो क्वेश्चन।
क्वेश्चन ही क्वेश्चन है ना? हाँ,
सबसे बड़ा क्वेश्चन तो यही है कि ज्ञान के ऊपर अज्ञान कैसे आ गया।
वो हम नहीं पूछते हैं। एक्चुअली इसमें ना वी डिपेंड अ लॉट अपॉन आवर एक्सेप्टेंस ऑफ श्रुति एज प्रमाणम. So Shruti tells us that this is true, that there is something called Sat, and that Sat doesn't change. And in its changeless presence, all that is changing is illumined and enlivened. Iti. Now, because Shruti says it, we accept it. Now, if it is unchanging, why did the change come about? Iti. If something is already unchanging and it is Purnam, then why should the universe come? Iti. There's no answer to that.
No need.
No need. It's because you are the one who is suffering, no? Then you better go and discover yourself to be the unchanging one. Because if you don't discover that you yourself are the unchanging one, then your suffering will continue. That's all. And therefore, then now why did that which was Purnam and that which is Purnam, why did it become so many? Why did it get ignorance? Bhagwan only jane. There's no real answer for that. The only answer is that you see for yourself, are you suffering or not? Do you feel limited? Do you feel that you want to get out of limitation? Yes, I do. Okay, then here is a solution for you. That in fact you are not suffering because you are the unchanging one. If you, the unchanging one, was not there, you would not know you are suffering. Iti. So you better discover that fact. And then when you discover that fact, none of this is material. Really, everything becomes immaterial. Why this Shrutis? Why did the Ajnana, come over there and all? Because you discovered yourself to be the unchanging fullness. तब उसमें कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं रह जाता है. Nothing seems relevant anymore because you found that you are fullness. उसकी रेलेवेंस चली जाती है. तब तक शायद रेलेवेंस रहती है, बट एटलीस्ट जब वो आती है ना मन के अंदर, तो अपने आप को बार बार पूछो कि ठीक है, अभी कौन सफर कर रहा है इधर? मैं सफर कर रहा हूँ. तो ये जो मैं सफर कर रहा हूँ, हाँ मैं सफर कर रहा हूँ, तो मेरी जो सफरिंग है वो आती है जाती है. मुझे कैसे पता हो रहा है कि मुझे सफरिंग हो रहा है?
मैं देख रहा हूँ.
मैं देख रहा हूँ ना,
महसूस कर रहा हूँ,
मैं महसूस कर रहा हूँ, मैं देख रहा हूँ, मैं महसूस कर रहा हूँ. पर ये महसूस कैसे? और डीप स्लीप में सफरिंग हो रहा है कि नहीं? कभी
नहीं.
एक अवस्था है जहां आपको सफरिंग नहीं होती है? हाँ है. जब हम सो जाते हैं हमें सफरिंग नहीं होती है.
नहीं है.
उसका माने है सफरिंग आती है जाती है. जब हम when we woke up the suffering came back, when we went to sleep the suffering was gone. And then so many times during the day there is no suffering. You are busy with yourself, you're doing something, you're enjoying something. There's no suffering that time. So suffering is something which is coming and going. How did you know this coming and going thing? Unless you yourself are not coming and going. Because if you yourself are coming and going, then it's not possible for you to know that something came and something went. Iti, this, keep on looking at this, इसको बहुत अच्छी तरह से समझ लो अपने आप के लिए. Not that श्रुति ने बोला या स्वामी जी ने बोला या इसने बोला या उसने बोला. ये अपने आप के लिए देखो कि मेरा ट्रूथ क्या है इधर, इसमें मुझे कैसे पता हो रहा है? मेरे अंदर ऐसे बदलाव होता रहेगा तो मुझे कैसे पता होगा? कि कोई ऐसे तत्व है मेरे बारे में जो जिसमें बदलाव नहीं होती है, ये वो तत्व के बारे में श्रुति बता रही है कि दैट इज द सॉल्यूशन टू योर सफरिंग, is to recognize yourself to be that unchanging truth. Iti. It's not that then that disease will not come to the body, you know, or if somebody cuts your or if your hand gets cut, there will be no pain in the hand. Iti. Or if disease comes in the body, there will be no pain or there will be no this thing. No. But you know that you are the one who is sakshi of this.
Suffering.
Iti karke. So that the pain is there, but the suffering is not there. You know, we are making a distinguish between body pain and between mental suffering. Okay? कि मुझको क्यों हुआ? That kind of suffering which the human heart has, no? वो उसके लिए perhaps this is the only solution. Okay? Otherwise, you can have many temporary solutions. See? Temporarily, if we feel happy, ना कोई picture देखा, गुलाब जामुन खाया, कितने टेम्पररी मीन्स रिलेशनशिप अच्छे हैं अपने परिजनों, people whom we love, they have come, so then you know that relationship, there is oneness in that relationship, then that makes you happy, you are happy for a while. So many temporary solutions are there. करके spend time with yourself, spend time with yourself.
तो इसका मतलब ये जो दो आई
हाँ
हैं, ये दो आई में से एक तो साक्षी है, एक तो
हाँ,
देखती है,
और
दूसरी सफर
दूसरी
करती
वाली
है, माइंड सफर करता है।
दूसरी ईगो है।
हाँ, ईगो या माइंड, माइंड
ego is
सफर
part
करता
of
है,
the mind only. Ego,
पार्ट ऑफ द माइंड।
chitta, ahankara is part of the mind only. So that is the mind suffers, yeah, and the mind need not suffer also. Once the thinking is corrected, the mind will not doesn't suffer that much. So much suffering which we had earlier, we don't have now because our way of thinking has changed. As your perception changes, the your suffering changes, you know. And when you have an ultimate perception, but then that is what we say, no? So uh, it's very sukshma, this knowledge, and the adhyasa is very sukshma. So that constant nivaranam of the adhyasa will go on, you know. Even when there is suffering, it's okay. Mind suffers. Something happened just now. Close one got sick or died or whatever. You will suffer. You will feel the pain very badly. Then you will ask yourself that am I the pain or am I consciousness?
Because I'm conscious, that is why I'm
I'm
facing
able to know the pain.
or know the pain.
Yeah. So you will be able to see. So this consciousness that I am, is that consciousness suffering? It's like the light is showing everything in the room. Supposing there is one corner which is like my room is very untidy, you know. The light is showing my very untidy room right now. But is the light untidy? So whatever is illumined in consciousness, we can't even say my consciousness anymore, you know. Whatever is illumined in consciousness, it doesn't stay in consciousness. So suffering हुआ, ठीक है, ego level पे हमें suffering होती है, means we do feel sad or what we feel bad. Tadatmananji is the one step further. He will say, why? What is wrong with sadness? Sometimes sadness is also good. उसमें क्या हुआ? So you feel sad, okay. But then is the point is the consciousness which is revealing the sadness, in whose presence the sadness is illumined, is that consciousness sad? It's not sad. That needs to become extremely clear. Okay, so even you will feel the suffering, the sadness, after some time you will come back to this. Now for somebody who doesn't have this knowledge, they will think I am sad, I'm sad, I'm sad, I'm sad, I'm sad, I'm sad. इतनी सैडनेस हो जाती है। फिर वो लूप में आती है। फिर आपकी दुनिया भर की सैडनेस होगी कि इसको ऐसा हुआ, उसका ऐसा हुआ, मेरा ऐसा हो रहा है, तीसरा का वैसा हो रहा है करके। ये मुझे होता है बार बार, बिकॉज आई एम वेरी सेंसिटिव टू हर्ट एंड पेन नाउ। So I really feel deeply. My empathy is too high, too sensitive. Huh? This knowledge saves me all the time.
Mm.
Because कुत्ते को भी कुछ हो रहा है, मुझको होगा.
Yes, yes, I know. You're very, very,
It's
very
too
soft.
sensitive. No, that it's sensitive of an unnecessary, empathy. The empathy is too much.
Yeah.
So the thank God for this knowledge. I thought I would have become one bubble of one big this thing of sadness of the whole world. You think? Because there are many things which cause pain, no? Many things which cause, which we don't like that they should be the way they are. Thank God for this knowledge. We see that is Ishwara's order. कि कोई ऑर्डर है, सब लोग का अपना अपना डेस्टिनी है। हम कुछ कर सकते तो हम करें, हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते तो नमः। ऐसे करके अपने आप को स्ट्रांग बनाते हैं। कुछ कर सकते तो करो, एटलीस्ट प्रेयर है ना। I love, in one of, I was listening to something of Puja Swamiji. So you cannot say you're helpless, because once you pray, then where are you helpless? See? You are still able to do something, no? No, I'm helpless in this situation. Hey, pray. If you pray, then you're doing something for that situation, then you're not helpless, Siti. Very sweet of him. Okay, Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। ओम।